Welcome to part 2 of the Beyond 20 ServiceNow REST API tutorial series. In this video, we will cover how to connect to ServiceNow REST API using Postman, and we'll demonstrate how to implement OAuth2 authentication for inbound REST API calls. OAuth2 is a modern protocol which implements access via a client ID and client secret set up in ServiceNow as a credential to obtain a temporary access token, which is used by the HTTP request methods as an authorization to make calls to the ServiceNow REST API. Postman, as you may recall, is a collaboration platform that allows you to set up API integration collections, which provide two-way communication between a third-party system and a target API system such as ServiceNow's REST API. Once you create a test in an API call using Postman, you can generate the code for that call in one of several different programming languages with just a few clicks of the mouse. If you would like more information about Postman, see our Beyond 20 videos on using Postman for API testing. I'll put a link to these videos in the comments, or you can find them in the Beyond 20 LLC channel on YouTube. Let's get started by setting up a new API credential for our external application to use. In ServiceNow instance, navigate to System OAuth and select the Application Registry. Now you would click the New button here if you were setting up a new application. We already have our Postman lab for B20 set up, so I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. We give your application registry, we're going to give it a name. In our case, we used B20 Lab. The client ID is set here, and then when you create a brand new one, there won't be a client secret. That will get set when you submit the first record. And then when you're ready to set up your Postman, you'll want to go ahead and copy this client secret. You just click on the little lock, and it'll bring up the client secret. You can then highlight it, select it, and copy it, and then lock it back up so that it's not showing on the screen anymore. And then you paste that into your variable for the client secret into Postman. If your application is interactive, you'll need to have a redirect callback URL. For Postman, that redirect callback URL is listed in your Postman system. You can just copy and paste that right in. And then once you've updated everything, the next thing you want to do is go over here and set your refresh token lifespan and your access token lifespan. The refresh token is used when you are making multiple calls from the same application. You don't have to do the initial token login every time. You can just reuse the refresh token until it expires, and that can be set quite a ways out. In this case, we set it, I believe, to 10 days here. And then if you want to make the access token a little bit lighter, we used 20 minutes. So these are both numbers that are set in seconds. And then we gave ourselves a comment just so we can see it. So now that's all set up. And we now go into Postman, and we're going to set the variables up for our authorization on our collection to be OAuth2. So this is edit token configuration. We'll just click on that. That'll open everything up. Our grant type is authorization code. We gave it a name of the SMB20 demo token. Our authorization URL is our ServiceNow instance plus service-now.com/OAuth_auth.do. Then we have an access token URL, which is again the ServiceNow instance name .service-now.com/OAuth_token.do. We need that client ID that we set up for our application in the application registry. We also need the client secret, and those will be stored in the variable of our collection. So those two are both stored as variables. And then we have our scope, which is going to be user account, our state. The state is relatively useful for the callback. You can use this state parameter to validate that this is a token for the call that you just made. And then you click on Get a New Access Token. All right, so when you're using Postman, it's probably best if you set your authorization for OAuth2 at the collection level. This way you'd only need to get one new access token per session if the session is going to be less than the authorization token timeout. And then you could also reuse the refresh token if you wanted for method calls. So in this case, we're starting a new session. We've got everything set. We've double checked that all of our different variables are populated properly. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a new access token. And you'll notice that we put in that callback ID, and that's because this is an interactive application. So it's going to come up and it's going to ask us, it's going to say that B20 Postman Lab would like to connect to your ServiceNow instance. We're going to go ahead and say allow that. And then we have our callback, which takes us right back to Postman. And now we're able to proceed. So we can use this token. We can come over here to our method that we have set up, and we can say inherit from parent. The method we're testing with, again, is just the table API incident without any ad hoc search parameters. Go ahead and click sending. And we get OK, and we get our results back. I hope this video has been informative for you and that you're enjoying the ServiceNow API tutorial series from Beyond 20. Please subscribe to our Beyond 20 LLC channel on YouTube to view more videos on ServiceNow, ITIL, and other ITSM solutions provided by Beyond 20, or visit our website at www.beyond20.com to learn how Beyond 20 can assist your company with ITSM training and consulting, as well as ServiceNow development and administration.